I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Jussi Saros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Sonny. And before we get to the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, first, let me introduce you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you learn everything you need to know about the show and what you're getting educated about the show. Click on that merchandise tab. Going to take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt, our pride logo t-shirt, all of our different special event t-shirts, and so much more. All the gimmicks you come to know and love and expect from Renegades Puck are still available in our online store, whether that is socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, or so much more. Something like 88 different items with our logo on it. Best said, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this operation, so here's how you can support the Renegades of Puck. You can find us on X and Threads. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok as well. So please take just a second and give us a follow, give us a like, give us a subscription on any of those different platforms, whatever it is you prefer. Jump in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck YouTube. We sure could use your assistance right over there, and we sure do appreciate all of our new subscribers. So check us out by searching Renegades of Puck on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. That's where you'll find the latest episodes of Renegades of Puck TV, all of our preview segments, our recap segments, and all of our different specialty segments. We post them all there on our YouTube channel. Thanks to the Full Press Predators Network, the Full Press NHL Network, we have gone from local to global in 2023 and continued that momentum well on into 2024. So stick taps, love, and respect to everyone who's checked out the show and helped make us an incredible success in the podcast world. You can find us on Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon, several other platforms. Just search Renegades of Puck in your preferred platform today, and stick taps, love, and respect to everybody at the Full Press NHL Network for all of the hard work they've done behind the scenes to help make us such a great success. Venmo, that is how you can support the show financially. Just go to Venmo and search Renegades of Puck, or scan the QR code that is currently on your screen. Every dollar goes a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck, and we sure do appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time and helping us out with several different large projects over the last couple of years since we first launched this project. We always need the help, and we always need the support, and thanks to generous Renegades like you watching and listening right now, we have been able to make some significant upgrades, and we sure do appreciate that. Stick taps, love, and respect. It means a lot to have the support from such a great audience out there. It's great to be in the trenches with each and every one of you. Now listen, I know it's time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. At this moment in hockey history, we pause to recap the 2023-2024 NHL season for the Nashville Predators. We're going to do this in chunks of 5 games at a time, so here we go. It's time for the Rebirth Sports season recap.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You give me 10 minutes, I'll give you every goal, penalty, and all the important plays in between. We go all the way back to 10/21 of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators were at home taking on the San Jose Sharks. Head coach Andrew Burnett deployed his lines in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Parsonen, Nyquist, Sissons, and Fagemo making his Predators debut. Sherwood, Novak, and Evangelista on the third line. Trennan, McCarron, and Smith make up your fourth line. Your defensive pairings are Yossi and Fabro, McDonough and Carrier, Luzon and Barry in net. Jussi Saros has started every game so far this season. We are just 52 seconds into the game, and it is Blackwood coming up with a save on Fagemo, the first shot on goal of the game. At 2:13 of the first period, Jussi Saros coming up with a save on Ferraro, his first touch of the game. Good and clean right there. 5:35 of the first period, Jussi Saros comes up with a save on Burrows' slap shot. At 6:35 of the first period, Blackwood comes up with a save on O'Reilly. At 6:51, he follows that up with a save on Philip Forsberg. At 8:13, Blackwood another another save on Evangelista's deflection off of the defenseman. At 8:46, it's UC Saros going back to work, coming up with a save on Thomas Hertel at 10:08 of the first period. Saros another save on LeBlanc. Teams trading scoring chances back and forth through the first half of the first period. At 11:45 of the first period, it's UC Saros coming up with a save on Ferraro with the glove. At 13:26, Blackwood a save on Luzon. 14:11, Saros a save on LeBlanc. And at 15:30, we see our first special teams action of the game. It is Blackwood getting a penalty. 2 minutes for delay of game, gloving the puck outside of the crease. For the Nashville Predators, the first power play unit accomplished almost nothing, but we're going to forget about that very quickly as Fujimo gets his first goal of the season, first goal as a Nashville Predator. Wrist shot from the top of the circle, and he converts. Everybody's talked about the shot. We saw it a little bit during preseason, but now you get to see it for the first time at Bridgestone Arena during the regular season, and it is a conversion. Nashville Predators' first goal of the game, take the lead 1-0 over the San Jose Sharks at Bridgestone Arena. We go to 18:53 of the first period, and it's Parson off the box. 2 minutes for interference, so the San Jose Sharks get their first power play of the game, and it's UC Saros going to work. He comes up with the save on Burrows through traffic. Then Saros comes up with a save on Hoffman, another save on Hoffman, and that time it is deflection, and then one more save before the end of the period. Another save right there. 4 saves before the intermission. That would give San Jose 11 shots on goal total for the first period. Nashville 8. A carryover on the power play for the Sharks in the second period of 57 seconds into the second period, just after the expiration of the power play for San Jose. Saros comes up with a save on Barabanov at 1:53 of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Zutterland, and UC Saros has been doing some heavy lifting in the last few minutes of the first period, the beginning here of the second period. But Tommy Novak's about to ease some of that pressure at 2:06 of the second period with his third goal of the season. It was a redirect to the high cushion of the net off of Sherwood's diagonal pass at the edge of the blue paint. Tommy Novak, perfect redirect right here, converts for the Nashville Predators. Third goal of the season. Nashville Predators now hold a 2-0 lead over the San Jose Sharks, and immediately after that, 2:18 of the second period, Sherwood's first goal of the season is a one-timer off of the D and in. That makes it 3-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators, and the San Jose Sharks are calling a timeout at this point. No goaltending change, just a timeout to try to take the pressure off. 3-0 at this point in favor of the Nashville Predators. At 2:43 of the second period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Vlasic. At 3:14 of the second, Ferraro is off the box. 2 minutes for tripping on Michael McCarron. Blackwood would come up with a save on Fagimo, and then Blackwood come up with another save on Evangelista. At 6:13 of the second period, Sissons is off the box. 2 minutes for tripping. UC Saros has to come up with a save on Hertel's deflection, and then a second save on Hertel later in the power play. At 8:42 of the second, Saros comes up with a save on Peterson. At 8:52, Sherwood versus Luke Cunnin, 5 minutes each off to the box. Very quick, very violent scrap at Bridgestone Arena. 10:50 into the second period. It's Blackwood coming up with a save on Trennan. We go to the backside of the sheet. We find 11:50 into the second period. It's Blackwood coming up with a save on Forsberg. 12:32, another save on Alex Carrier. At 13:36 of the second period, UC Saros coming up with another save on Thomas Hertel in this game. At 13:52 of the second period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Duclair, plus the follow-up by Barabanov. This was an impressive save sequence here by the netminder for the Nashville Predators. At 15:49 of the second period, it is Hoffman off to the box. 2 minutes for holding, and we would see Blackwood come up with a save on Forsberg, and Blackwood would come up with another save on Alex Carrier. Alex Carrier having a really impressive game against the San Jose Sharks. 18:44 of the second period, it's UC Saros coming up with a save on Ferraro. 19:41 of the second period, Saros comes up with a save on Emerson's backhand. And the San Jose Sharks, frankly, dominated over the final 2 minutes of the second period, much like what happened at the end of the first period. The Preds just not able to close out the periods very strong. Those shots on goal after 2 periods, San Jose now with 24, Nashville with 21, and San Jose coming into this game, they've already surpassed their average shots per game through 2 periods against the Nashville Predators. Just to give you an indication on how the Nashville Predators are not playing the best overall game. The score indicates they're playing pretty good, but San Jose is in this game still. We go over to the third period and a clean sheet, and we're 25 seconds in, and that's where UC Saros comes up with a save on Ferraro. 1:07 into the third period, Saros comes up with a save on Hoffman, and again, Saros ending the second period and beginning the third period with a heavy workload. We saw this happen multiple times in this game. 1 1:45 into the third period, though. It is going to be the Sharks bailing the Preds out and taking some of the pressure off when Zetterlund's off the box. 2 minutes for delay of game. Puck over the glass. Blackwood, another save on Forsberg. And then Blackwood comes up with a really good save on Parson before Tommy Novak scores his fourth goal of the season, second goal of the game. This was a feed from Nyquist, came from below the goal line to the slot. Novak got between three penalty killers, found just enough quiet space and ice to get his stick down and make an incredible finish right here. Tommy Novak's second goal of the game, his fourth goal of the season. He now leads the Nashville Predators in goals with 4, and his fourth goal gives the Nashville Predators a 4-0 lead over the San Jose Sharks. At 5:17 of the third period, it's Duclair off the box. 2 minutes for high sticking on Parson. I've got to say, didn't like this play. Felt like this was a frustrated player, perhaps taking a little bit of an extra liberty right here. Parson ended up being okay. The Nashville Predators end up on a power play. Blackwood would come up with a save on Nyquist, but not much else going on right there. We're midway through the third period at 10:34, and that's going to be when Thomas Hertl gets his first goal of the season, putting San Jose Sharks on the board. It was a turnover in the defensive zone by the Nashville Predators, and then a long shot leading to a rebound off the back wall, and Hertl winning the battle. He usually plays very good against the Nashville Predators, and Hertl earns, not gets, he earns his first goal of the season. Preds sloppy in their own zone right here on the broadcast. They even made mention you could feel this goal kind of coming. Unfortunately for UC Saros, that means the shutout is gone now. Nashville still leads 4-1 though in the third period. 11:13 in the third period. Blackwood comes up with a save on the captain Roman Josi. 12:03 of the third. Saros comes up with a save on Emerson at 13:26. Luke Evangelista's first goal of the season comes on a breakaway tuck-in, but that does not mean the story is over with this one. It's the Pete Rogers assist. It was Evangelista going back to the bench to get another stick after his stick was broken. The coach for the Nashville Predators, as always, the equipment manager Pete Rogers, was right there with the brand new stick. He hands it off to Luke Evangelista. Evangelista then gets the pass, goes in on the breakaway and tucks it in. His first goal of the season is highlight reel for so many reasons, and I know that you've seen all of the different angles of this video so far, but see the players celebrating with their equipment manager that way. That's pretty awesome stuff. Nashville Predators now have a 5-1 lead over the San Jose Sharks on home ice. A little bit more hockey to go, but this game is basically closed out. 15:27 now into the third period. Blackwood comes up with a save on Tyson Barrie. 17:58. UC Saros comes up with a save on Eklund. 18:03. Saros a save on Ferraro. 18:13. Saros one more save, this time on former Nashville Predator Matt Benning. Nashville wins the game over the San Jose Sharks 5-1. They outshoot San Jose 34-32. But again, even at the end of the third period, when the Preds had things completely decided, they give up too many shots against. The San Jose Sharks are a very bad hockey team. They finished right at the bottom of the league last year, and they are anticipated to finish quite near the bottom of the league this year. So for the Nashville Predators, it's probably a good thing that the San Jose Sharks are not very good right now, because any other team, I think, would have taken advantage of these end of periods and starts of periods. The Preds simply were not tight enough in their game. It's really weird to think that I felt better about the way the Preds played in the 8-1 loss against Edmonton on home ice than I did with the 5-1 win against San Jose. Still, a win is a win. 2 points are 2 points, and you have to get some of those throughout the season where you don't play your best game, but you do end up earning the victory. So for the Nashville Predators, they do come away with the victory. Now 3-3 on the season after this game, and the Nashville Predators got it done from the forward grouping. Great to see some of these players getting their first goals of the season, their first goals as Nashville Predators. A lot of good stuff happened for the Nashville Predators in this game. We'll talk about it all in the analysis portion. Of course, the box score coming up as well, and a little bit more here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. You gave us 10 minutes. We gave you the entire game right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You give us 10 minutes, we'll give you the entire game, all the goals, all the penalties, and all the important plays that add up to the entirety of the game. We go all the way back to October the 24th of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators were welcoming in the Vancouver Canucks for the first time between these two Western Conference teams this season. Head coach Andrew Burnett deployed his line combinations in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Parson, Nyquist, Sissons, and Fujimo, Sherwood, Novak, and Evangelista, Trennan, McCarron, and Cole Smith make up your fourth line. Yossi and Fabro, McDonough and Carey, Luzon and Barry make up your defensive pairings. And UC Saros gets another start in net. He has started every single game this entire season. Slow start as far as events go in this game. Teams up and down, back and forth between the circles before 3:13 of the first period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Hodgson, his first shot on goal, first save of the game. At 4:14 of the first period, Thatcher Demko comes with a save on Dante Fabro, first shot on goal for the Nashville Predators. But at 4:28 of the first period, Mikheyev gets his first goal of the season. It was a long shot that was deflected out high off of the stick blade of Roman Yossi. UC Saros seemed to lose it for a moment, a little bit of a flutter to that puck as well. Vancouver now has a 1-0 lead at Bridgestone Arena early in the first period. At 5:12 of the first period, Thatcher Demko comes with a save on Tyson Barry. 6:22 Saros comes with a save on Hughes. 7:30 Demko, a save on O'Reilly. At 9:42, we get our first special team scenario of the game as Vancouver picks up a penalty. Too many men on the ice. 6 skaters is not allowed. Demko comes with a save on Forsberg. O'Reilly tries to bat the puck in out of midair on the rebound attempt, and it goes just wide. A great scoring opportunity for the Nashville Predators right here. Overall, a good penalty kill. That was the only scoring chance by the Nashville Predators. The Vancouver Canucks put up almost everything kept outside, and a really good job by them. At 10:32 of the first period, Demko comes with a save on Forsberg. At 13:44, Demko comes with a save on Fabro off of the rush. 14:30 of the first period, Saros comes with a save on Hughes. 14:46, Saros another save on Beauvillier with the extended pad. At 15:38 of the first period, it's Colton Sissons coming up with his fourth goal of the season, tying the game up at 1 apiece, getting Nashville on the board with a wrist shot that goes top corner after a toe drag. Cole Smith sets the pick and the screen. Actually surprised he didn't get called for interference on the play. Colton Sissons, though, gets the good goal, and it counts as fourth of the season, ties the game up at 1 apiece. 15:38 into the first period. So the Nashville Predators, after looking somewhat lifeless offensively, find themselves in a tie game. 15:46 of the first period, UC Saros comes with a glove save on Bosser, and Vancouver is just buzzing over the final shifts of the period. The Preds, just another slow close to the period. This is much what we saw in the previous game against the San Jose Sharks, but UC Saros is able to maintain things at 1-1. 6 shots on goal apiece for each team, a fairly low event first period. That will change as we go into the second period. 22 seconds into the second period on the clean sheet, his former Nashville Predator DiGiuseppe, his first goal of the season. He slipped behind the D and made a strong deflection as Saros goes for the poke check and fails to connect with the puck in the play. And DiGiuseppe is awarded the goal. Vancouver now leads 2-1 early in the second period. So Vancouver buzzing at the end of the first and starting by picking up a goal at the beginning of the second. 2:10, Saros comes up with a save on Pettersson at 3:11 of the second period. It's Hoglander coming up with his second goal of the season. It was a tip in front. Saros never saw it. Vancouver now 5 shots on goal in the period in the first 3:11. They also hold a 3-1 lead over the Nashville Predators at Bridgestone Arena. 4:07 into the second period. Thatcher Demko comes with a save on Alex Carey. 6:33. Saros comes with a save on Pew Suter. 6:48 of the second period. Saros comes with a save on Myers. Vancouver now 7 shots on goal at the 6:48 mark of the second period. I made notation of that particular number because they had 6 the entirety of the first period, and the Canucks are frankly dominating all over the rink. At 9:18, though, the Nashville Predators will respond. Sherwood's second goal of the season. It was a one-timer off of Tommy Novak's cross-zone pass off the rush. Tommy Novak, all he does is make plays. Sick pass across the zone right here, and Sherwood's one-timer was just an absolute bomb. His second of the season is also the second goal of the game for the Nashville Predators. Vancouver, though, still leads in the second period by a score of 3-2. We are halfway through this game, and at 10:03 of the second period, Saros comes up with a save on Garland. At 10:39, Demko comes up with a save on Forsberg. 12:50, Saros a save on Hughes. Saros now going to go to work for quite a while. At the 13-minute mark, a save on Cole plus the follow-up on by Pius Suter. At 14:44, a save on Kuzmenko. 16:31, a save on Garland. 18:40, a save on Pedersen. And again, just like in the end of the first period, the Vancouver Canucks are just buzzing all over the Nashville Predators zone. As a matter of fact, just missing a glorious scoring opportunity as we hit the buzzer. No official shot on goal was credited because it came at just after the horn, but another great scoring chance even up to the echo of the whistle of the second period. So the Vancouver Canucks are just simply dominant through two periods, but the Nashville Predators do find themselves still in this game, only down by one. Shots on goal at the end of the second period. Vancouver listed at 21, Nashville at 11. We flip over the sheet and we go to the third period. At 1:16 into the third period, and it's Thatcher Demko coming up with a save on Sissons from the slot. This was just an incredibly glorious scoring opportunity and one of Demko's biggest saves of the game. A reactionary save more than anything, but it doesn't make a difference. A huge and timely save to keep it a one-goal game. 3:57 of the third period, Demko comes up with a save on Forsberg. We go all the way to 7:58 because the teams were really starting to go up and down between the face-off circles quite a bit. 7:58 of the third period, Saros comes up with a save on Joshua. The rebound trickles just wide. A really strong scoring opportunity here for the Vancouver Canucks. I made the notation at this point in the third period, the Preds have evened out the game in a game that's been largely dominated, especially the second period, by the Vancouver Canucks. They had possession. They were first on the puck. They were quicker to battle. The Nashville Predators have finally evened these things out. 12 minutes to go in the game. 8:54 of the third period. Demko comes with a save on Evangelista's drive to the net. This was an incredible scoring opportunity for the Nashville Predators as Luke Evangelista took the puck off the half wall, danced along the goal line, stepped out, and went for the jam. Demko, another huge save here in the third period. 9:39 of the third period. UC Saros comes with a save on Mikheyev. 11:06. Saros comes with a save on Hoglander. At 12:18, Thatcher Demko comes up with a save on Alex Carrier. 12:43, Demko, another save, this time on Sherwood's deflection. The Nashville Predators, for the first time in this game, you can say they are starting to build some momentum and generate some offense. That's why at 13:18, Friedman is going off the box, 2 minutes for interference on O'Reilly. O'Reilly absolutely earned this power play for the Nashville Predators. O'Reilly trying to crash to the net and being held up by the defenseman. Friedman preventing him from pursuing the puck and a potential scoring opportunity. Nashville Predators go on the power play, and Demko comes up with a save on Roman Josi. But overall, again, a strong penalty kill by the Vancouver Canucks, keeping everything to the outside. As the power play for the Nashville Predators is expiring, the arm goes up again, 15-19. So 1 second after the previous power play expires, the Nashville Predators are going back on the power play. Myers is off to the box, this time 2 minutes for cross-checking on Parsonen. He was just wearing Parsonen out in front of the net. Luke Evangelista, though, before the Nashville Predators can get any momentum going on the power play, and it was a slow start to this power play. Luke Evangelista is off to the box, 2 minutes for interference. That's going to lead to a 4-on-4 scenario for 35 seconds, which leads to a Vancouver power play for 1 minute and 25 seconds. Now the Nashville Predators shorthanded for the first time in this game, only a minute and 25 seconds worth, but they come up strong, played good, hard defensive hockey here, allowing the Preds to get the 6-on-5 opportunity. First attempt at it, 18:49, but as soon as UC Saros left the crease, there was a whistle. So after the Preds get control of it again in the final minute and the 6-on-5 opportunity, we see absolute and total chaos. As a matter of fact, we would see Pedersen for Vancouver hit the post and miss the empty net wide. Multiple opportunities missed by the Vancouver Canucks. The Nashville Predators just could not seem to corral the puck or get it down into the offensive zone to set anything up, and the Nashville Predators would not even generate a 6-on-5 shot here at the end of the game. Just total chaos as we hit the end of the game, and the Vancouver Canucks do hold on for the 3-2 victory at Bridgestone Arena. And the Vancouver Canucks end up out shooting the Nashville Predators 24-18. That's the least amount of shots the Preds have had on goal this season, and certainly reversed the trend that I had talked about in the preview, where Vancouver did not get many shots on goal and gave up tons of shots, and just the opposite for the Preds. But that did not play out in action tonight as Vancouver holds on in the third period. Preds did finally get their skates under them, but it was just too late, and they could not take advantage of those two big power plays at the end of the game. Overall, not the best game of the season for the Nashville Predators, largely dominated on their home rink, but they only fall by one goal to the Vancouver Canucks. You gave us 10 minutes. We gave you the entire game. We've got full analysis, box score, and more coming up on the Renegades of podcast right after this. The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. We go all the way back to October the 28th of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators were hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs for the first time this season. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines in the following way, and they are a little bit different from the last several games, so listen up, Renegades. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist make up your first line. Sherwood, Novak, and Evangelista make up your second line. Trennan, Sissons, and Cole Smith make up the third line. Foudy makes his NHL debut or the Nashville Predators debut, not his NHL debut, his Predators debut. Parson and Tomasino is back in the lineup for the Preds on the fourth line. Yossi and Fabro, McDonough and Carrier, Luzon and Barry on your defense, and UC Saros, as he has started in every single game this season. He starts game number 8. 1:45 into the first period of Bridgestone Arena, and it's Samsonov coming up with a save on Luke Evangelista. It's the first shot on goal of the game. 3:46 into the first period. Toronto should have their first shot on goal, but Tavares hits iron on this situation. 3:54 of the first. UC Saros comes up with his first save of the game on William Nylander. And then at 7:09, Saros comes up with another save on Nylander, this time on a partial breakaway. And this was a situation that I honestly didn't think I would ever see. Ryan McDonough just got turned inside out, his pocket picked, and then beaten in a foot race. It was a fairly rough moment for Ryan McDonough, but UC Saros is there to bail him out at the end of the play at 7:09. 7:32 of the first period, UC Saros comes with a save on former Nashville Predator and fan favorite Calle Yarncroke. 7:59 of the first period, UC Saros comes with a save on Giordano. 8:36, Samsonov comes up with a stop on Barry through traffic. 10:16 of the first period, UC Saros comes with a save on Tavares. Then at 12:43, Saros comes with another save on Matthews. Backhand sliding across, 5-star save right here, cutting it down with the back leg drag across, closing the 5-hole and disallowing that scoring opportunity. We go to 12:46 of the first period, and we see Philip Forsberg off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. This came actually on the Matthews backhander right after the play as he was cutting across. Forsberg went ahead and slashed him. He's off to the box. 2 minutes. UC Saros with a save on Matthews, but then Nylander cashes in for the Leafs. It's the first goal of the game for either team, making 1-0 in favor of Toronto Maple Leafs. 6th goal of the season for Nylander, and this was a one-time bomb from the left circle. As a matter of fact, the Nashville Predators did have an opportunity to clear the puck out, but Trennan unable to get a stick on it, and the Leafs wheel around, and there's Nylander just wide open with plenty of time to pick his spot. Leafs lead 1-0 Bridgestone Arena. 14:09 into the first period, Samsonov comes up with a save on Sherwood off of the rush. Sherwood then instigates and initiates a scrum and gets rewarded with a power play for the Nashville Predators as Brody trying to figure out exactly why he's getting called 2 minutes for roughing, simply for going in and basically just tying up Sherwood. But Sherwood did a good job right there, carrying the puck in the zone, getting a scoring chance, and then drawing a power play. And we would see the Nashville Predators on their first power play of the game, converting with O'Reilly's 3rd goal of the season. The captain, Roman Josi, makes the handoff along the goal line and drags the D with him as O'Reilly steps out and slides the puck under the pad of Samsonov and into the net. We've got a 1-1 hockey game at Bridgestone Arena in the first period. 16:59 now. Saros comes comes up with a save on Gregor. 17-23. Klingberg's off the box for 2 minutes. Samsonov comes up with a save on Forsberg at the post. The only scoring opportunity for the Nashville Predators in this power play situation. 19:43 of the second. Saros comes up with a save on Riley. We hit the end of the first period. Toronto out shooting Nashville 13-5, but we do find an even score of 1-1. Moving over to the clean sheet of the second period, 55 seconds into. Samsonov coming up with a save on Nyquist, 1:10 in. Saros comes up with a save on Marner. Saros comes up with another save at 2:12 on Kampf. Gregor hits the crossbar at 2:37, and UC Saros is about to clock in and do some significant work. 4:09, Saros a save on Riley. 5:39, Saros a save on Gregor. 6:08, Saros a save on Logison. 7 minutes of the second period, Samsonov finally has to get some work in. Comes up with a save on Sissons. Close range, good scoring opportunity for the Preds after having no offense since the first minute of the period. 8:29 of the second period, Samsonov comes up with a save on Carrier. In the 9-minute mark, Samsonov comes up with another save on Trennan. 11:46, Samsonov a save on Yossi's long shot. The most sustained offensive pressure the Nashville Predators had generated throughout the entirety of the game at this middle point of the second period. But that is all cut off very quickly at 12:46 when the Maple Leafs tilt the ice back in their favor, and Giordano tucks the puck in at the back post. His first goal of the season. 3 Leafs around the top of the blue paint and only 2 defenders. That meant somebody was undefended, and it was Giordano at the back post. Perfect positioning right there to tap the puck in, and it was heavy Leafs pressure on Barrie and Luzon that led to this goal. Toronto leads 2-1 at Bridgestone Arena in the second period. 14:06 of the second. Calle Jarnkrok's off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping on Colton Sissons, and we see the Nashville Predators back on the power play, and we see O'Reilly converting again on the power play. His now second goal of the game, 4th goal of the season. It was a redirect of Forsberg's pass at the top of the crease, and it was the captain, Roman Josi, with the old Victor Arvidsson jump screen coming across, taking away the eyes of Samsonov and really helping make the play. But O'Reilly had just a perfect redirect, and Forsberg a perfect feed into that area. All 3 of those Nashville Predators performing at an excellent level, tying the game up at 2 apiece. Toronto and Nashville, Saturday night, Bridgestone Arena, midway through the game. Now 15:30 into the second. Sissons off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. UC Saros has to come up with a save on Bertuzzi. Then UC Saros also has to come up with a save on Nylander, and the Nashville Predators are able to survive that penalty kill. 17:56 of the second. Saros comes with a save on Domi. Quiet 2 minutes to end the period, but Toronto finishes the second period with 25 shots on goal. Nashville Predators 10 shots on goal in that period after only having 5 on goal at the end of the first period. So the Nashville Predators now at 15. 2-2 hockey game going in to the third period. 18 seconds of the third period, we see Samsonov coming up with a save on the captain, Roman Josi. At 46 seconds of the third period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Calle Jarnkrok. 59 seconds in, Saros another save on Calle Jarnkrok. At 2:18 of the third period, Toronto's off to the box. Too many men on the ice, a bench minor. Samsonov comes up with a save on Luca Evangelista, but that would be it for the Nashville Predators power play. They were almost unable to even break over the blue line and into the zone. 4:42 of the third period, we see Samsonov coming up with another big save, but then at 5:40, Saros comes up with a save on Matthews, and Saros back to work at 7:47 with a save on Tavares. At 7:53 of the third period, Carrier off to the box. 2 minutes for delay of game. Not a lot of argument on this one right here. The Preds PK was absolutely outstanding. One of the best penalty kills they've had this entire season. They gave up 0 shots on goal to the Toronto Maple Leafs power play unit. 0 shots on goal. Preds PK outstanding over 2 minutes. Then 10:13 of the third period, the Toronto Maple Leafs are off to the box again. Too many men on the ice. Bench minor for the second time in less than 8 minutes. It would be Tyson Barrie, though, headed off to the box pretty quickly, though. 2 minutes for tripping. It was the Leafs on the rush. Barrie did get the puck first, but Matthews was taken down, and he did get the call, and you have to know he's going to get that call 100 out of 100 times, but it was a hell of an effort by Barrie to prevent a much, much better scoring opportunity than anybody for a Nashville Predators side of things really want to see. So Barrie's off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. That's going to make it a 4-on-4 for 51 seconds, and Domi is going to hit the iron during that 4-on-4 time period. Then the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to go on the power play, and Trennan is going to do some incredible penalty kill work while he generates 2 scoring chances. First one off the rush, second one by stealing the puck and killing a good bit of time on this power play. Carrier would get a shot block on Marner to save a goal right before the power play expires for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We carry on at a tied hockey game after that long exchange of special teams. 13:23 of the third period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Giordano. 14:48, Saros comes up with a save on Domi. 15:05, Saros comes up with a save on Riley. 16:19, Samsonov comes up with a save on Trennan. 17:09, Saros back to work. This time a save on Kelly Yarncroke. 18:46, Saros comes with a save on Bertuzzi. And one more before we end regulation. 19:17 of the third period, Samsonov comes with a save on Forsberg. And then the Maple Leafs held on to the puck to allow the clock to expire. An interconference matchup. That point against them certainly does not hurt, but it was questionable that they were holding the puck for as long as they were behind the net there at the end of the game. So we end regulation, each team earning a point. We have a 2-2 hockey game. The Maple Leafs end up with 35 shots on goal. The Nashville Predators end up with 23 shots on goal. The two teams went back and forth, up and down, as the 3-on-3 usually does, but there were no shots being generated. The Nashville Predators doing a very good job when at 2:13 suddenly of overtime, it is the captain Roman Josi finishing off a play that started in the neutral zone when Tommy Novak stepped up to stop the Maple Leafs rush into the zone, crushed the player right there along the bench, got up, steals the puck, makes the pass to Luke Evangelista. Luke Evangelista then feeds the captain Roman Josi, and the heavy shot for the finish beats Samsonov. The Nashville Predators win this game 3-2 on the captain Roman Josi's first goal of the season comes at 2:13 of overtime. Nashville Predators' first overtime game of the season is success, victorious, and the Nashville Predators pick up an incredibly big 2 points against a very good Toronto Maple Leafs team. Toronto outshoots the Nashville Predators 36-24 in this game, but the Preds do come away with the extra point. These two teams will meet one more time before the end of the regular season in Toronto, but the Nashville Predators scoring a huge, perhaps a signature victory early in the season for Andrew Brunette and the Nashville Predators. You gave us 10 minutes and we gave you the entire game, and if you'll excuse me, I took a header down a flight of stairs right before this game recap. I have an open wound on my leg, another one on my hand, and I've got to go receive some medical attention. We'll be back after that attention with stats, analysis, the box score, and so much more right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to October the 31st of the year 2023. Happy Halloween. Nashville Predators are in Vancouver taking on the Canucks, and Andrew Brunette deploys his lines in the following way. And by the way, the lines were wrong again as posted from pre-game skate, so I have corrected them, and these are updated and corrected. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist are your first line. Sherwood, Novak, and Evangelista make up your second line. Trennan, Sissons, and Foodie make up your third line. Smith, Parson, and Fajimo make up your fourth line. Josi and Fabro are your top defensive pairing. McDonough and Carey, Luzon and Barry. Kevin Lankinen gets his first start of the season for the Nashville Predators. We are just 1:22 into the game, and our first action of the game is a penalty shot. Yes, they've been increasing across the board all season long, but highly surprising to find our first active play of the game at 1:22 of the first period to be a penalty shot. It's awarded to Foodie after Myers takes the penalty, hooks him from behind. He lost his balance and failed on the attempt of the penalty shot. 2:10 into the first period. Lankinen comes up with a save on Joshua. It's his first save of the game. At 4:30 of the first period, Lankinen comes up with a save on Roenick's backhand. At 4:44 of the first period, Thatcher Demko comes up with a save on Barry. 5:27, Demko, another save on Sherwood. At 6:07 of the first period, Lankinen comes up with a save on Hughes, sliding across a huge early save in this game. At 6:44, Demko's back to work, coming up with a save on Josi. Vancouver D was scrambling all over the zone, giving the Nashville Predators multiple opportunities here, but only Josi was able to get one of those shots through and on the net. At 9:27 of the first period, Lankinen coming up with a save on Pettersson, and at the middle point of the first period, I made the notation and the comment that it was a very even first 10 minutes. It took the Nashville Predators 45 to 50 minutes to get into the game against the Canucks, get their skates under them the previous time they played. This time in the first 10 minutes, I thought both teams fairly even through the first 10. And of course, as soon as I make that notation, the Vancouver Canucks start picking up some momentum. At 11:06 of the first period, Lankinen comes up with a save on Joshua's deflection, plus the follow-up by Garland goes off of the iron. Golden opportunity for the Canucks right here. 11:57 of the first period, Lankinen comes up with a save on Höglander. 12:40, Demko Demko back to work, coming up with a save on Sissons. At 13:45 of the first period, we see our first goal of the game, and it goes to the home team, the Vancouver Canucks. Lafferty awarded the goal, his second of the season. He batted in the rebound off of the initial Hughes shot from out high. A lot of good traffic in front. Lafferty, a huge part of that. Lankinen cannot track the rebound up into the air over his shoulder, and it goes into the net. Vancouver Canucks have a 1-0 lead on home ice. Nashville Predators, though, respond fairly quickly. Just a couple of minutes later, it's Colton Sissons picking up his fifth goal of the season, tying the game up at 1 apiece. Foudy intercepted the pass in the neutral zone. Good read and react right there. Yossi carried the puck in, doing his magic, and then Sissons gets the finish from the slot area. Colton Sissons' fifth goal of the season already for the Nashville Predators, ties us at 1 apiece. At 16, I believe this is 16:32 of the first period, it's Fabro's first goal of the season. It was a wrist shot through traffic. Nice job right here. It looked more like the goaltender Demko might have lost sight of where it was going, and even maybe guessed the wrong way. But Dante Fabro awarded with a goal just the same. His first of the season gives the Nashville Predators suddenly a 2-1 lead. So the Preds 2 goals in just a matter of about 22 seconds. 17:08 of the second period. Lankinen comes up with a save on Myers. 17:26 of the first period. It's Miller off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking, and add 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike onto that one. His comments to the referee after the whistle were not welcomed. It would be Demko coming with a save on Evangelista. But then for the Nashville Predators, their power play circumvented when Tyson Barry's off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking, creating a 4-on-4 scenario that would end the first period. Vancouver outshoots Nashville in the first period 10-9, but the Preds have a 2-1 lead. Over to the clean sheet of the second period, we have a carryover of 4-on-4 for 53 seconds, and at the 53-second mark of the second period, it's Pettersson, his third goal of the season. A wrist shot catches Lankinen off guard during the 4-on-4. He cut across the top of the zone, and just a sick release puts the puck into the net off of Lankinen's pad and then in. Vancouver ties the game up at 2 apiece. Vancouver would have a brief power play, and Lankinen would come up with a save on Pius Suter. That would be the end of that scenario. 2 minutes into the second period, Thatcher Demko was with a save on Barry at 6:16. Yes, 4 minutes without anything really happening here. Demko comes up with a save on Foudy's backhand at close range at 8:03. Another 2 minutes with very little happening. Demko comes up with a save on Luzon, 11:19. Demko comes up with a save on Barry, plus the rebound jam by Sissons. By far the best chance of the period. Vancouver has gone 10 minutes plus without a shot on goal in this period. Now in the Nashville Predators finally generate a decent scoring chance. Honestly, some of the lowest event hockey we've seen in a very, very long time, and for such a late start, that's a tough 10-minute stretch of hockey right there to watch. At 11:57 of the second period, it's Thatcher Demko coming up with a save on Sherwood off of the rush. At 13:13 of the second period, it's Miller off to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking on the captain, Roman Yossi. This was a retaliation penalty in the offensive zone. Demko would come up with a save on Roman Yossi, but sloppy puck movement would doom this Nashville Predators power play. The puck bouncing all over the place all night long. Listen, both teams had to play on that surface for the entirety of the game, so the sloppy puck movement is on the Nashville Predators. They had a tough time getting the play that they were looking for, and the power play expires with just one shot on goal. At 15:51 of the second period, it's Carey off the box. 2 minutes for interference. This was also in the offensive zone, looking to go in hard on the forecheck, and just got there a half a stride too late. Lankinen comes up with a save on Kuzmenko, plus Pettersson's follow-up on the delay call. Pettersson, though, cashes in on that power play with his second goal of the period, his fourth goal of the season, a wrist shot from the side of the circle. He just picked his spot far side, and Lankinen with the traffic in front never saw that puck, never had any opportunity to come up with that save. So Pettersson's second goal of the period puts Vancouver now ahead 3-2 at 18:35 of the second period. It's Lankinen with a save on Mikheyev, and that takes us to the end of the second period. The Nashville Predators are out shooting the Vancouver Canucks 18-16, but with only 6 shots on goal. In the second, the Vancouver Canucks are able to pick up 2 goals, and we go to the final 20 minutes of regulation with the Vancouver Canucks leading by 1. On that clean sheet in the third period, we're 1:37 in, and it's Lankinen coming up with a save on Susie. 3:04 of the third period. Lankinen comes up with a save on Hughes at 3:06 of the third period. Hoglander's off to the box. 2 minutes for interference. This is a perfect opportunity for the Nashville Predators power play to get them back into the game, but just 8 seconds into the power play, it's Philip Forsberg off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. Now, I have gone back and looked at this play a number of times, and I honestly cannot tell you where exactly the penalty comes. I thought it was a soft call. I thought it was a weak call. It took a power play away from the Nashville Predators, creating another 4-on-4 scenario, this time for 1 minute and 52 seconds. Just like the previous 4-on-4 scenario, it is the Vancouver Canucks cashing in yet again. Miller's 5th goal of the season comes in at a tap-in of the loose puck after Lankinen cannot squeeze it in between the arm and the body. It trickled loose, and there was Miller right there on the edge of the blue paint to put that puck into the net, giving Vancouver a 4-2 lead, their second 4-on-4 goal of the game. At 6:25 of the third period, we see Thatcher Demko coming up with a save on Tommy Novak. At 11:07 of the third period, we see Thatcher Demko coming up with a save on O'Reilly. 12:25, another save on Sherwood. Nashville Predators generating some momentum here, looking to make a comeback in the third period. But at 13:18 of the third is Lankinen having to come up with a save on Joshua. Then 13:30 is 12 seconds later, another save on Garland. Demko back to work at 14:03 with a save on the captain, Roman Josi. Lankinen would make a save at 15:38 on Hughes. We would see the empty net scenario after that. Nashville Predators unable to get organized. Pettersson ends up taking the puck all the way in, tucking it into the empty net for his 5th goal of the season, and he gets the empty net goal, leading to a hat trick. 3 goals in this game. That gives the Vancouver Canucks a 5-2 lead over the Nashville Predators. The Preds would continue to skate it on out for the final 2+ minutes of this game, but would not generate very much of an offensive threat nor a comeback. Your final score in this game would be the Vancouver Canucks 5, the Nashville Predators 2. And for the second time in a week, the Nashville Predators have underperformed against these Vancouver Canucks. Shots on goal, Vancouver 27, Nashville 25 for the game. And again, another metric where the Nashville Predators underperformed. They averaged well over 25 shots per game, but against the Vancouver Canucks, 18 shots in the first matchup, 25 in this one. Vancouver Canucks now 2-0 over the Preds in their 3 regular season meetings, 1 more to come later in the year. So for the Nashville Predators, not much of a revenge game from last week going into Vancouver. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You gave us 10 minutes and we gave you the entire game. All the goals, all the penalties, and all the important plays in between. We sure do appreciate you tuning in to the Renegades of Puck podcast. We've got full analysis and everything else coming up right after this on the Renegades of Puck podcast. It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You give me 10 minutes, I'll give you the entire game. Let's go all the way back to November the 1st. That's right, already November the 1st of the year 2023, when the Nashville Predators were in Seattle to face off against the Kraken. Nashville Predators head coach Andrew Burnett deployed his lines in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist. Sherwood, Novak, and Evangelista. Trennan, Sissons, and Foodie would make up your third line. Smith, Parsonen, and Fujimo would make up your fourth line. That means Tomasino is out of the lineup, healthy scratch. Josi and Fabro, your first defensive pairing. McDonough and Carrier, Luzon and Barry make up your second and third defensive pairings. And UC Saros gets the start in net. We're starting with a special teams bonanza at the beginning of this game. We are 1:07 into the first period, and it's Ellie Tolvanen off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Grubauer would come up with a save on Forsberg, then would have to come up with another save on Parson, plus the rebound jam by Nyquist. Larson would pick up a 4-minute high sticking penalty on Nyquist's jam attempt. That would lead to a 5-on-3 for the Nashville Predators. Colton Sissons would then pick up a penalty, 2 minutes for tripping. This would lead to a full 2-minute 4-on-4 scenario. UC Saros come up with a save on Eberle during this exchange. That would be his first save of the game. And then the Nashville Predators would have a very brief power play, but they would capitalize just before it expired when Tommy Novak scores his 5th goal of the season, giving the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead in the first period. It was the high-low give-and-go. Sissons and Evangelista were the other two of the 3 working that play. Tommy Novak's 5th goal of the season comes on the power play. 2 seconds left on that power play at the end of this extremely long special teams scenario. That takes us all the way to 8:24 of the first period. UC Saros is fighting off Larson's shot through traffic. This would be a common storyline throughout this game. 10:33 of the first period. Fabro's off to the box. 2 minutes for interference. It was a massive hit behind the net. It was just a quarter of a skate too late right there. Saros will come with a save on Tolvanen's one-timer, and we all know how good Ellie Tolvanen's one-timer is here in Nashville. Overall, strong PK for the Pred. 13:08 of the first period. UC Saros comes up with a save on shore. 13:50, Dante Fabro off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. This call right here, perhaps just a little bit soft, but we move on. Saros comes up with a save, and McDonough kicks the puck out of the blue paint, preventing a goal. But Bjorkstrand would score his third goal of the season. It was a long shot through traffic, may have skipped off of some of the traffic on its way through. Seattle's first goal. The game ties the game up at 1 apiece in the first period. 15:38 of the first period, UC Saros comes with another save on Tolvanen at 17:41 of the first period. It's McCann with his 6th goal of the season. It was a one-timer off of the rush after a turnover, and this was a heavy one-timer. Seattle now leads 2-1 in the first period. We go to the end of the first period. It's Nashville Predators out shooting the Seattle Kraken 12-9, but the Kraken do have a 2-1 lead. On the clean sheet of ice and 40 seconds in, and you're going to hear this quite a bit because Grubauer is clocking in to do the work. At 40 seconds, he comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg. At 48 seconds, a save on Fabro. At 2:48, continues doing the work. Grubauer comes up with another save on Sherwood at 5:05 of the second period. Grubauer comes up with a save on Luzon. He had to dive back towards the goal line. It might have looked incredibly awkward, but it got the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all you ask from your netminder. 6:44 of the second period. Grubauer, another save, this time on Luzon, close range. Jeremy Luzon putting on the offense here in the middle portions of the second period. 7:07 of the second period. UC Saros is back in the game, coming up with a save on Bjorkstrand. 9:18 of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Larson, plus the rebound times 3, the strongest save sequence of the game for UC Saros. He utilizes all of his skill set right here, tracking, edge work, rebound control. UC Saros simply awesome. 4 saves credited on this sequence. We are 12 minutes into the second period, and Grubauer coming up with a save on Fabro at 12:41 of the second period. UC Saros coming up with a save on Larson. 13:07 of the second period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Dunn, and then follows it up at 13:57 with another save on Bjorkstrand. At 14:53 of the second period, Borgen's off the box. 2 minutes for holding on Philip Forsberg. Nashville Predators with a great opportunity right here, but Grubauer back to work again, this time with a save on Novak at the side of the crease. If Novak could have gotten a little more elevation on this shot, he easily would have put the puck in the net, but Grubauer was there, and he responds and answers. He does that again on Sissons at the top of the paint. Another great close-range scoring chance for the Nashville Predators. The captain, Roman Josi, would finish off the power play again right near the end of the power play, and the Nashville Predators are on the board again, tying the game up at 2 apiece. This was a one-time bomb off of Philip Forsberg's cross-zone feed. The captain, Roman Josi, off that new position that he has been occupying on the power play, and excellent goal right here, tying the game up at 2 apiece. But it is incredibly short-lived because at 16:59 of the second period, it's Dumoulin's second goal of the season. It was a long shot through traffic. UC Saros looked like he never saw that puck until it was in the net behind him. Seattle immediately reclaims that 1-goal lead, now has a 3-2 lead here in the second period. At 17:50 of the second period, Grubauer picks up a penalty, 2 minutes for tripping on Foodie, and yes, I did say the goaltender, Grubauer, and it appeared he was injured. How it all kind of unfolded was Foodie was driving hard to the net. Grubauer got a little far outside of his crease. That's why it was deemed a tripping penalty. Stuck the leg out, trying to make a save, but also was just too far from the blue paint. Gets called for the trip. It looked like he was injured, but maybe he was just annoyed, frustrated. Maybe he just wanted to skate to the bench and get a new stick. Not really sure, but he remained in the game, and he appeared to be just fine moving forward. So after that bizarre exchange for a minute there, the Nashville Predators found themselves on the power play, and Grubauer is back to work, having to bail himself out. He comes up with a save on Tommy Novak, close range. Another great scoring opportunity for the Nashville Predators. At the end of the second period, it is the Seattle Kraken leading 3-2. Nashville Predators are out shooting Seattle 25-19, and the Nashville Predators just continued pouring on offense in that second period, but were unable to crack Grubauer enough times. We flip over to the back of the sheet. We go to the clean sheet on the third period. We are 1 minute and 13 seconds into the third period, and UC Stars come up with a save on Beniers off the rush at 3:28 of the third period. It's McDonough breaking up a 2-on-1 like an absolute expert and a pro. That's the type you want to clip and show the rest of the league how to do it, breaking up a 2-on-1. At 3:49 of the third period, Grubauer coming out with a save on Trenton at close range. 4:38 of the third period, UC Stars comes with a save on Wenberg. Yossi had to be there and be alert to clear the rebound out of a glorious secondary scoring opportunity for Seattle. At 8:35 of the third period, UC Stars coming up with a save on Carte at 8:38 of the third period. It is done with his second goal of the season, giving Seattle a 4-2 lead in this here third period. It was a heavy shot, clean face-off win. It split the gates of two Nashville Predators players, possibly skipping off of Sissons on its way through. So another long shot, possibly hitting off of traffic and being difficult for UC Saros to see. Even if it wasn't deflected, the Nashville Predators certainly created their own screen here. Clean face-off win leads to a goal for Dunn from long range. The Seattle Kraken lead this game now 4-2 in the third period. 9:47 of the third period into McDonough off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. UC Saros comes up with a save on Dunn, taking another shot from out high. 11:56 of the third period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Yanni Gord at close range. Good save here by UC Saros. 12:18 of the third period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Ellie Tulvin. And 13:21, Grubauer back in here, coming up with a save on Fujimo at 15:44. Barry's off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping, and the Nashville Predators were definitely not happy with this call. Thought it should have been an embellishment call. Saros does have to come up with the save on McCann. While the Nashville Predators are shorthanded, the Preds are able to kill it off and at least get a couple of more scoring opportunities at 19:17. Grubauer coming up with the save on Barry, plus the follow-up by Parson. Really good scoring chance for the Nashville Predators right here. Grubauer coming up with a strong save in the final minute. 19:54, Grubauer comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg, and the Nashville Predators not quitting until the end here. Grubauer comes up with another save on Yossi with just 4 seconds left in the game. Your final score in Seattle is the Kraken 4, the Nashville Predators 2. The Nashville Predators do outshoot the Seattle Kraken 34-31 for the game, and the Nashville Predators put it to the Seattle Kraken at Bridgestone Arena earlier in the season with a 3-0 victory, and they go into Seattle now and fall against the Kraken. These two teams will meet one more time before the end of the season. The Seattle Kraken just shut things down there in the third period and took control of the game once they got that 2-goal lead, and they look like a very, very good and strong hockey team. And Grubauer put up an outstanding performance. UC Saros unable to match the traffic in front. Too much for him in this game. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You gave us 10 minutes and we gave you the entire game. All the goals, all the plays, and all of the big moments in between. We'll be right back on the Renegades of Puck podcast. Full analysis and more coming up next. Thanks so much for joining us for the Renegades of Puck 2023-2024 Nashville Predators season recap. We're doing it in chunks of 5 games, so we sure to appreciate you jumping along on the journey and checking out each and every part. Remember, you can check us out at renegadesofpuck.com. Check us out on social media, and we sure to appreciate each and every one of you for jumping in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Sonnier. Stick taps, love, and respect.